Hey there, today we're playing a religious science game. Yes, I said it, a religious science game. So if you want to find out what the hell we're doing, stick around. If you want to get good at Civ 6, subscribe and click the bell to keep up with the channel. Alright, so basically, clearly you can see this isn't our first game in this series, so if you just stumbled across this video, go ahead and look in the top right corner if you want to. I'll put a link up there that you can skip ahead, or you can skip back and catch up what you missed if you want to. Otherwise, quick little TLDR version of what we're doing and where we're going is basically we are using a strategy that was created by a Chinese player. I sat there and watched this guy play for 7 hours, and he doesn't speak a word of English, at least not in the videos. And so this strategy is basically, he was able to win a science game on Deity difficulty in 161 turns in Gathering Storm. Like, this is a current and up-to-date build that he's done. So we are doing our best with it. Now, we're definitely not going to be winning in 161 turns. I can almost fucking guarantee you that. But we are enjoying it and doing well so far. So the concept is to build your religion up and increase your faith income, and then use that faith income to purchase builders and build the infrastructure of your empire up by using monumentality golden ages. We've so far have managed to get 2 golden ages back to back for both the classical and the medieval era. We're currently in the medieval era. However, we have between 35 and 55 turns left. We're only at 95, and we have to get all the way up to 128 here. So we have another, 33 to go, I believe. Yeah, 30. We have another 33 era scores to go, so we have our work cut out for us, in other words. Now, the reason why it's so difficult is because we are on such a roll. Unfortunately, we ended up going 20 era score over our golden age when we were entering into the medieval era. So as I mentioned before, if you've been watching this series from the get-go, it's really a kick in the nuts to yourself when you do that. You want to keep, when you've achieved your golden age, you want to do everything you possibly can in order to limit any era score you discover that past that point. Otherwise, you get into this kind of situation where it's almost being like we're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. However, you never know, we might be able to pull this off. I'm not completely sure that's going to be positive, or possible I should say, but we should at least be able to get a normal age. But if it comes down to it, honestly, and we are getting close to a normal age but haven't quite secured it, and we're running out of era score, I'm going to actually purposely go into a dark age if I can, in order so that we can get a heroic age for the industrial era and kind of use that as a springboard to get headed back in the direction we want to be. Anywho, enough of a recap. Let's get going here. So we're crossing our fingers. We're looking to hopefully chop out the Great Library here. If this all goes well, let's see. We're gonna pop it. Unfortunately, it's still leaving us with 7 turns, so it's not likely whatsoever that we're going to be getting this library. We'll go ahead and chop this anyway. We're down to 2 turns now. Yeah, with 3, call it 4 chops, I'm not holding my breath by any means, let's just put it that way. You never know, though. It all depends on what other cities or civilizations are in the game and what they're prioritizing. We'll definitely have to wait and find out. Oh, my bad, we should have had it on production focus now that we hit our target. That was definitely a screw up on my part as well. Moving on here, we got our commercial hub, so we're going straight to getting a market, because that we need to have 2 markets in order to get that civic boost that we were talking about here. Wherever it is, build 2 markets. So Tokyo will be 1, and I do believe, yeah, we're working on the other in the capital, so that will take care of that. In the meantime, our scout here, so it looks like the galley fleet has been injured, which means there's probably barbarians nearby. Hopefully not, though. They have such a strong presence here that maybe they've taken care of them for us already. So with any luck, we'll be able to head on our merry way over here. We're looking to meet the Inca, although they're going to fucking hate us because look at all the mountains we settled by. However, we do get extra era score for finding all the civilizations in the game, so that will help. And then if we get really lucky with the scout, we can actually use him to circumnavigate the globe and get even more era score for us. Oh, speaking of air score, that's what I was going to do. I totally forgot. So what we're going to do, we were going to sell off our luxury resources in order to buy the ship in order to do that. Hold on one second. You know what? Instead of going for the quadrine like we were planning on there, since it's a quest for Hong Kong anyways, let's go ahead and train a galley. So we'll pay 280 for the galley rather than 480 for the quadrine. We do have one envoy built up here, I just noticed as well. Let's go ahead and put it... Are we not suzerain of the... Oh, Mansa Musa, you asshole. So we're not suzerain of Geneva anymore. That's fine. However, we will want to work towards getting that back. I'm more worried at the moment about the religious ones. Not to mention keeping suzerain of Bologna is obviously a priority for us as well, seeing as how they have such a nice bonus here. And so they are definitely the most important. However, I think the increased faith as we start to get more of these temples online will definitely help us in the long run. So we're going to go ahead and drop another envoy into Nazca for now. Alright, meanwhile here... do we have enough charges over here? Hold on. He has 3 or 5 left. Yeah, there's more than enough between these two. Right? Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and drop a farm here. Meanwhile here, we're trying to chop out these tiles here before the volcano ruins them for us. And we're trying to get this aqueduct out as soon as we can. So, considering that, I think when we switch policies here in 3 turns, we're going to slot in the card that allows us, Land Surveyor it's called, that allows us to buy land for cheaper. And we're going to buy up as many of these tiles as Amori here can work. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, so we can buy all the way to that rainforest, and 1, 2, 3, and to that forest as well. So we'll get 2 more chops as long as Mount Unzen, or yeah, I guess it would be Unzen there, doesn't spew and ruin the tiles before we do that. That would be nice if it could cooperate. In the meantime though, we are going to save these these build charges here and these chops and use it for in 2 turns once we finish with that stupid campus. In the meantime, we'll go down here next turn and build the farm with his last charge. Now, this builder, mind you, let's see where they're going to naturally expand their borders to end. Oh, 27 turns, never mind, screw that. We'll just head over here and get... You know what, I think we'll just chop the woods here and then we'll build a mine on the grassland. As long as I have 2 chops left, or 2 build charges left on him, right? And I have 4, yeah. So that's what we'll plan to do with that. Meanwhile, we're going to keep looking. Let's go ahead and see with the scout. We can't see anybody. Ooh, we do see a barbarian ship coming here, so we want to get away from the coastline so we can avoid any damage. So we have enough faith for an apostle. Unfortunately, we don't have enough faith for a settler, which we want. However, we will next turn, so we'll go ahead and hold off 1 more turn on that. We're holding off 1 more turn on this as well, so we'll go ahead and skip you. You can use your last charge here. Meanwhile, we finished our temple in this city here. We have quite a few chops, so we maybe want to bring magnets back at some point, and so we can make the most of them now. We had planned to change our campus, though. We got our holy site laid down, so let's go ahead and start on our campus. Oops, we got to play around with the tiles here first, though, so swap you, and go ahead and grab this guy. So +4 campus, that's nice. Okay, so meanwhile, fingers crossed, no barbarians. Nice. Looks like we have an unofficial escort from Philip of Spain here. And it even looks like we'll be able to get all the way over to the new tile here. By the looks of things, there's shallow water because we don't have, whatchamacallit, cartography is, we don't have the cartography discovered yet, so we can't, our ships can't go out into that deep water. Here, we're saving these tiles, or at least trying to, so that they continue to help our holy site there once it's established. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and put lumber mills on them. Let's head across the river. Hopefully our scout will be able to find a barbarian camp for us. You know, there's so many ships over here that there's bound to fucking be an actual camp. It's probably just up farther here. So now, though, we have actually had a chance to take a look here. Alright, so let's be realistic. This is always going to be a shitty city. However, we need to save 2 chops in order to get that Amundsen Scott Research Center, because we'll be using a great engineer for that. So here are 2 chops, or there are 2 chops. Would it be better to settle here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That would get both of these forests. If we settled here, so if we settle there, it'll be on fresh water, and we can build our campus here. Our theater square here. Again, we're prioritizing because this is going to be a super shitty city. I mean, if we get 2 districts here, we're going to be lucky and consider it a good day. So we are prioritizing a theater square over a holy site. However, if by some miracle we end up growing to 7 population, we'll go ahead and tentatively slot in a holy site for over there. However, we are obviously going to prioritize the campus first, followed by the theater square. So now, with that being said, we want to go ahead and slot the research center in here. As you can see, in case you don't know, it's a super powerful wonder when you're going for a science game. It gives you plus 20% science and 10% production in all fucking cities, like every city, not just one. If there are 5 snow or snow hill tiles within 3 tiles of a city and owned by this player, these yields are doubled. Must be built next to a campus or research with a research lab in a snow or snow hills tile. So let's just confirm this before we go ahead. And so that's correct. But if we build a city here, we need to have 5 snow tiles within 3 tiles, and oh boy, do we ever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all day, baby. So this wonder is such a beast. Like, look at this. So this wonder is going to give us plus 40% science and plus 20% production in all of our cities. Like, that's just phenomenal. So now you can see why it's such a high priority that we get it. Whenever possible, when you're playing a science game, you always want to try founding a city. I mean, it's worth settling a city on a fucking different continent just for this research station, as long as you have the chops in order to do it. And at that point in the game, you don't need that many. Like I said, you need 2 forest chops in order to get it, or like stone or something that's even more productive. But it's 2 forests usually by that time in the game will be all you need. When you use the great engineer, that gives you plus 415 production per charge. You use the engineer's 2 charges, and then the 2 chops of the forest should be all you need to get the research station in 1 turn. And yeah, so there you go. We're going to prioritize that. So we need another settler for that. It's not any huge rush by any means, as it's kind of an afterthought at this point, to be honest. In fact, let's take a look. Is it worth settling another city here? I suppose we could settle here. Like, settling here is better than settling on the Jade, because we'd be able to have access to better tiles. We could go 1, 2, 3, so we could drop our holy site here. It's a shame that Cotton's there, to be honest. But yeah, drop a holy site there, drop our campus here, and then if we get lucky, well, we should have enough food and whatnot to do it, and then plan for a theater square right here. Alright, sounds good to me so far. So there you go, that leaves us, we need 2 settlers for up here. So 1, 2. And then I believe we had 2 cities planned here as well. Okay, so we need 4 more settlers. And we want to get those out as soon as we humanly can. Now I'm going to prioritize settling this one first, because we want to get this harbor district up. That's 3 more arrow score for us right there. And then I'm going to prioritize this one, actually, because it'll be another arrow score for us for settling in the tundra. I also want to check, the continent lens. Have we settled on? We've already settled on that continent, so unfortunately we won't get any more arrow score for that. Oh, I almost wonder if it's worth settling a city. No, not with the loyalty penalties. Have we settled on this Caucasian one? No, we haven't, and this city is actually going to be on that continent. So just to confirm, we're in our nice green Caucasian. No, oh, what the? Never mind. Well, that isn't a bubble bursting. I saw the 2 different shades of green here, and I was thinking that it was another continent that we could settle on, but no, it is not. All right, well. So much for that theory. Anyways, either way, this is going to end up being 4 arrow score for us, because we'll get 1 arrow score for settling in the desert, and then we'll get 3 as soon as we are able to get that harbor up and running. And then we'll get 1 for settling this city next. So that's kind of the order we're going to do it. We still have to wait 1 turn though, in order for us to get our... Sorry, we still have to wait 1 turn in order for us to be able to buy our settler with the faith, so we'll do that. Meanwhile, our city with the government plaza is here. We only have 3 more turns until we're done our amphitheater, and then we are going to start building settlers with them. Alright, so continuing along here, let's go ahead and chop this like we were planning. It'll help us get our holy site out. And we'll just start moving immediately into a shrine. Next turn, we'll build a mine there. Sure, thanks for the free money, buddy. We're happy to help. We're happy to take it. So we lost Suzerain of Jerusalem. A little bit frustrating, but we'll get back on top of that as soon as we can here. Let's take a look. What was their... Oh yeah, and they want us to do an industrial zone, which we are going to try and do. So let's hopefully be able to get that completed before... Oh, I just realized, did I switch into the cheaper thing? No, I didn't. We're going to hopefully try and get that done before the era ends at the very least. Now, meanwhile, we finished building our campus here, finally, thank God. Let's go ahead and slot in the Great Library. Hopefully it's still available. Oh, it is. Oh, obviously we need a library building. Alright, so we are clearly short of money, but that's why I love having diplomatic favor and try my best to get as much of it as I can. So let's go ahead and put that diplomatic favor to use here. Let's shop it around and get rid of... and get the cash we need in order to get that library. Did you do it at 4? Or, yeah, no, I was imagining things. Alright. So we'll take all of Chandra's money too. And Mansa, we'll take your money as well, my friend. Alright, and that should be more than enough because we only needed 360. So I do want to save the rest of it. We could go ahead and sell that off, but it's better in our favor to sell it to Peter anyway, since he's prioritizing it and paying more for it. And then, not to mention, as we get closer to the World Congress, I would like to have a little bit in reserve, just in case that the only thing that's worth, in my opinion, anyway, the only thing that's really worth voting for in the World Congress is the thing that where you can go plus 100% production of a chosen building type. We would give our left nut essentially in order to get 100% production in science or campus buildings. Now, yeah, so let's go ahead and purchase this here. We'll go ahead and buy our library. Now, let's start on the Great Library. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I gotta play with the tiles here and swap you. Yep. Alright, we got that. Now let's go ahead and place it down. So again, I'm trying not to get too excited here. I really think that there's a good chance this is gonna get scooped on us. Let's double check we're production focused, which we are, so that, oops. Which we are, so there we go. Let's go ahead and start the chop. So 22 down to 17. That's a good start. It's almost looking like something there. From 17 down to 13. Now we'll get them to head here, and we should be able to get these last two chops off before we switch out of that policy card. Meanwhile, we're also up at 730 faith here. Oh shit, you know, I just looked I just noticed military engineering, we totally forgot about saving the boosts for this, and since we're so close to the niter, I'd rather just go ahead and switch out of this aqueduct, which we don't need at the moment. Then it's just useless. So let's go ahead and lock in production. I should have actually locked in the production already, but on our industrial zone, we'll go ahead and place that there, and we'll just start towards that, because ideally, if we can, we would like to get that industrial zone up and running before the end of the era, so we can get that city-state quest there. So we'll go ahead and do that now before we forget of it. But anyways, what I was saying, we have the amount of required faith here in order to buy our builders. So we're going to do it in Nagano, even though it would be a little bit closer to do it in Nagoya. This is because we have the provision promotion on Magnus, which allows us to not consume our population. So we want to take advantage of that, considering it's not too much farther. So we'll go ahead and buy the settler here, and then get them to head up to this city. So again, I want to settle this city first, because we want to start building this harbor in order to get the 3 air score from it, and then we'll worry about this city next. So up here, there's got to be a frickin' barbarian camp up here where let's just keep hunting it with our spearmen. We definitely want to stay away from the shorelines now. So we'll just take our time nice and slowly. Actually, you know what? I'm hoping this isn't on the shore. Time will tell. And unfortunately, we're definitely going to get whopped by one of the quadrants. But the good news is we found a freaking encampment to attack. And even if it requires me sacrificing both this warrior and the spearman in order to get the kill on here, I will gladly do that, because we want to get, as I said, we want to get the 2 kills here, to get the kill with our spearmen in order to get the boost to triggering military tactics, because that's going to give us 2 city-state quests, as well as actually unlocking our unique unit, which is a samurai, and that will be 4 more air score, and clearly we need all the fucking air score we can get. So let's keep moving here with the scout. I think we're okay. Spain has quite a bit of a navy presence here, so I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be any barbarians Hopefully we'll be able to find some shallow water to get across and meet the Inca to get that suzerain shit, to get that era score. Now meanwhile, I guess somebody took the suzerainship of Jerusalem. Or did I already notice that? And I'm just having one of those days. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the mine up here and running in Sende. I think I want to get their shrine up and running as quickly as we can. So I'm going to head down here. I'm going to chop out this forest tile next. And then we'll put a mine on it because we have 2 charges. So we'll chop the forest and then build the mine afterwards. That should at least get us our shrine, or put most of it behind us. Anyways, here we're going to go ahead. And again, we're saving these 2 tiles if we can in order to help the adjacency bonus of our holy site there. So we'll just build a lumber mill for now. Meanwhile, our builder's ready here and raring to go, so we'll just go ahead and skip the turn. Sure, we'll do that, and then on our turn, we'll go ahead here and sell our open forest to her as well. Hopefully we do have some niter.
More science intervenes in warfare.
Not to mention, like, it's great for production, but then also just for trading away.
There were never enough sappers at any time.
All that glisters is not gold. Often have you...
Alright, so this is actually one of the policy cards I was talking about before. Merchant Confederation, where you get +1 gold from each of your envoys. So that's something that we'll want to consider in the future. Now... Okay, before we go ahead and change our cards, I almost got distracted. We want to go ahead and do these chops. Oh shit, I'm not going to be able to chop that one, am I? Alright, so we'll do that one. It brings us down to 9. Now, you know what? It's only going to be 2 turns until mercenaries anyway. That's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll leave Gothic architecture in. Now, we do want to go ahead and change this up, though. We're going to slot in. We just unlocked, where is it here? Aesthetics here, plus 100% holy square district adjacency bonuses. So we're going to be swapping out natural philosophy. And I know what you might be thinking. Well, we're doing a science victory. Yeah, we are. However, it is more important, in my opinion, right now for us to be getting our culture up and running. Or wait, hold on. Before I do this, it is more important for us to get culture up. But how many? Yeah, we have enough theater squares. We have the +7 or +7 and +5. So that would be what, 7 and 5 +12 culture? Is it worth it right now, or are we better off holding off on it? Yeah, you know what? That would only be +12 culture. And how much science are we getting? Okay, so +4. Yeah, you know what? No, we're getting way too much science. It does not make sense. So scratch that. If we had more of our theater squares up and running right now, we would go ahead and slot in aesthetics. But it's just for, I believe off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure we only have the 2 theater squares up right now. So that would only be 12. It would only go out to 12 culture per turn. And I'd much rather have the boost to science that we are getting, considering it's so significant now. So we'll go ahead and actually leave our policy cards exactly where they are. We do have a new governor title, however, and what I'm going to do is we're good where we are right now. We do want to upgrade Pingala and get researcher, but I think while we do have a golden age, since we are having serious doubts about whether we're going to get our next one or not, we're going to go ahead and take Liang here. We're only going to give her 1 promotion here, just guild master that she comes with naturally. All builders trained in the city will get +1 build charge. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick her, but then we're going to pick her in a place where we're going to buy a lot of builders. So we want to settle her. We're going to settle her in Tokyo here. It's a nice and central location. Or actually, you know what? We'll do it in Okayama, because it's basically directly in the very center of our empire, and that way we can distribute them accordingly and they won't have too far to travel. So we're going to go ahead and grab her and put her in Okayama. Alright, so now we'll have to wait until next turn to get that chopped here, and we'll move Magnus along immediately after that. So we'll get this builder to go ahead and build a mine on that grassland hill next turn. Meanwhile, we have 2 more charges left. Might as well go ahead and build a camp here in order to get an extra gold and a bit of housing. And then we'll just tell him to go to sleep and... Oh, never mind. You know what? We'll go ahead and harvest this copper over here. Alright, so our hunting party... Well, at least our fucking scouts survived. It could have been worse. So we'll retreat across the river, and now we need to do this strategically, so we're going to get all of our units across the river on this side. And in a perfect world, their spearman will come out after our scout, and we can lure him. But if not, we're going to have to do some commando shit here and really work towards getting the kill with the spearmen without dying from all the barbarian ships on the coast here. But as we already said, we're all like red team go on this. I'm willing to sacrifice all 3 of these units if that's what it takes to get this spearman a kill. So that should be quite interesting. Let's keep going with the scout here. It looks like there's deep water in here, so let's just keep... Oh, nice. Okay, so we've made our way. We have successfully done it. We'll be able to go up and meet the Inca next turn to get that... era score for meeting all the civilizations. Now, it looks like we should be able to, as long as we cannot get destroyed by barbarians, it looks like we should be able to circumnavigate as well here nice and safely. What we are going to do too, we forgot, we want to get some money in order to build, or sorry, in order to buy that galley. But you know what? I'm going to wait and do that. I'm going to wait until we settle this city right here and buy the galley from here, just because we've already explored all along the coast here, and in case there's barbarians or whatever, it's much easier to start exploring from here where we haven't been. We'll have better odds of getting the circumnavigation without getting killed by barbarians, since it is only a galley that we're going with. Alright, meanwhile, this guy's going to have to hang out and wait for a little bit longer, so hopefully that volcano goes along with us and doesn't destroy these tiles before we can use them. So we just did a city... Oh no, we got a trade route capacity because we built a market. That was the noise for getting a city-state quest. So we've finished a market. Now, did we get... Is that our second market? No, it's only our first one, so we still have... How many turns to go? Where is it? 4 turns to go here. Jesus. Let's put them on food production, see if that helps at all. We did finish it here, so we want to go straight into our university. Oh yeah, we haven't taken a look in a while. Okay, we got quite a bit of time. They're only at 23 points, so we have lots of time to worry about purchasing the great engineer there with our faith. Meanwhile, for our great scientist here, we're up to 17.2 great scientist point per turn, and we're catching up to Korea. And so it looks like we'll automatically get this one. And now as we get more and more of our scientific... Oh, I thought they built another city. I was about to lose my shit. Sorry, as we get more and more of our scientific buildings up online, we're going to far surpass Korea quite easily. Let's take a look here. They are still rebelling, it looks like. So I'm sure that it's going to be swinging to us eventually. It's good that we have our slinger here. Actually, come to think of it, let's get our slinger back this way. And you know what? We're gonna not worry so much about a CAD and worry more about the free city troops that are going to be spawning when that city goes into revolt. So let's go ahead and upgrade into an archer now, because they're going to be swordsmen at the very least, and that could spell trouble for us. Hopefully it won't be too long before they decide to join a nation one way or the other. If they do decide to go with us, that'll be great, because that's 2 more arrow score, I believe, too, off the top of my head. Alright, we finished our amphitheater here, so we are going to start working on a settler. Next turn we'll switch out of this card here. We're going to do our chop here. So we from 8 down to 5. Fingers crossed here. Fingers crossed that will do the trick. We want to make sure we are on production focus, and we are. Okay. So we're doing everything we can. Alright, so it looks like there's some niter here near Akkad, so if we do end up conquering them, that'll be good. We are earning niter from somewhere, 4 per turn. Where did we get the niter? Did we already have mines on it or something? Okay, yeah, that's not ours. Oh, nice, where the industrial zone is. Fuck, well, that's a good thing I locked that in when I did then. Okay, that's not ours, that's not ours. There's got to be another one. Oh, okay, there's one under our holy site here too, so sweet. Alright, so we're getting +4 niter per turn. Here we go. This is a tile that will be worth buying. We're just going to plop ourselves down right there. We'll go get that hooked up in the very near future here. Alright, so Mission Impossible continues. We got more movement here. Let's move forward. Let's move the scout back and start healing him up, and move forward with the warrior as well. Here we go. We got our meeting with the Inca, which is great. Let's go ahead and send them the delegation. Yes. Would you declare friendship the first turn? I thought it was too good to be true here. They're gonna freaking hate us because of their leadership agenda here. Alright, so we are gonna hope that our scout here, you know what, let's try and land somewhere if we can, and let's explore as much as we can on land so we can stay nice and safe and do a better job of avoiding barbarians if at all possible. Alright, let's get this slinger to head back into our territory here to protect this city. I don't think they'll travel that far, but you never know. And meanwhile, we'll come back around this way so we have 2 archers to defend that city there. Alright, so here we're going to try and chop out the shrine here like we talked about. Nice, and it did do the entire production, so that's great. Since we do have another builder, or another trader, we'll end up buying that with faith after we get our next... after we get our next... Oh, brain fart. I'm special sometimes. After we get... Wow, I totally just lost my train of thought. I am special sometimes. Alright, so... never mind. I'm just gonna move on and...
Remember that people break down too.
Okay, so we got...
Not just machinery.
Machinery now, which is nice. That's...
Wherever there's a mixture of control.
And perfect timing. We couldn't have asked for better timing. Actually, we also got the mercenaries cards too here, where we got professional army and retinues. We don't need the one that's going to discount our strategic resources, because archers are just, or not archers, crossbowmen are just normal. However, we're done our chopping, so we can get rid of that. We want to temporarily put in land surveyors to save us money because we have those 4 tiles to build. However, we want colonization in as well, so at this point we're going to go ahead and get rid of natural philosophy temporarily. So we'll go ahead and confirm that there. And now, how many turns? We can at least put 2 turns into getting guilds here, and then with any luck our market should be done in just about 3 turns. So we'll have to switch out of one there before we get that. So we're almost at 10 population in Kyoto, which is nice. Now, I know we said we want to settle the city up here, but we're going to go ahead and buy the settler in Nagano, again for the same reason as before. Magnus is already established here, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab another settler. And now that we've done that, we are going to move Magnus over to this city, unless there's somewhere else that we want to go first. In the meantime, this would be another good location to really get some good shops out. However, I think this city at least has some potential, so yeah, we'll head to Takasaki here. There isn't any wonders that we need to chop out. Well, we will need a spot for Forbidden City, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So what is it? It needs to be on a mountain. No, oh, okay, sorry, flat land adjacent to the city center. Alright, well, we got 2 tiles here. Yeah, so and we got a nice stone to work with, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get, oops, great. We'll go ahead and get Magnus here. We're going to reassign him to Takasaki. I think that's the one, right? Yeah, Takasaki. We'll get him to sign here. We'll end up buying him another builder. In the meantime, though, I think it's like 145 or something to buy a trader. Let's see. Oh, 150 it's up to. Okay, so next turn, we'll go ahead and buy a trader here. And we're going to want to slot serfdom back in pretty soon because until we can guarantee a golden age, we want to get as many frickin' builders out as we possibly can now between now and then. Now that we have the colonization policy card in, we've gotten the 2 builders for here. I think we'll just use Okayama to produce our 2 other settlers, although maybe not. We'll see. Alright, so let's cross our fingers. We've got 4 turns on this great library. Let's keep going here. We finished our holy site here. Let's go ahead and grab a shrine. Now let's also see if Peter has any money, because I would like to buy this niter as quickly as possible. Not to mention, we wanted to buy these tiles here before they burn down from lava. Speaking of which, actually, I think this is more important because you never know when this volcano is going to blow, so we'll try and prioritize that now quickly. But in a perfect world, we can do everything. So let's take a look here and see what we can do. Okay, let's check. Hopefully, Chocolate Gupta has money because he's been trading pretty well for us too. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's buy these tiles. Hopefully, that'll be enough that we can afford these ones. And then, how much is this one here? 88, of course. There's only 3 turns until border growth, so never mind. We'll just wait the 3 turns for that. It doesn't make sense to waste money, so we might as well go ahead and purchase. We'll get them this tile here to get them another decent tile to work. However, we'll use some of our strategic resources in order to get us that. So let's go ahead and go through the round table here. Oh, first off, let's sell our open borders. Thank you, my dear. You know, we have these wonderful horses. Nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and 3 for 6, so let's so we want to give as few horses as we can to get it. There we go. We'll do that. All right. And now let's move on down the list. Let's see if what he'll do here for open borders. Yeah, we'll pay it just because we want to improve our relationship. I mean, I know he's far, but ideally it doesn't hurt. Oh, also he has, I don't think we have citrus yet, so sure, 100 flat gold, I would gladly do that. I know we were trying to make money, but luxury resources are better than one tile. So let's see if he's interested in the horses, and he's not. However, he doesn't have any niter or iron, so he might be more interested in that. Let's see what you'll do for the 12. 2 for 12 is that what, 50-ish bulk gold? Nice, 55 maybe? Nice. Alright. There we go. Close enough. 57, we'll take it. And then now let's see about the niter. Now he's only going to give us 3. Let's quickly shop it around just to see if anybody is more... oops. Let's sell that. We'll take bulk gold, please, honey. We don't do credit here. Is it 20? Oh, no, it's 22. No, it was exactly 21. See, I always get confused what the going rate is. Sometimes it's 22, sometimes it's 21. I guess it all depends on how much they like you. But let's see. What are you? See, she would give us 5 for the niter. I'm pretty sure that's probably as good of a deal as we're going to get at this point. But it doesn't hurt to take a quick. Oops, we already cleaned Peter out. It doesn't hurt to take a quick look around here just to find out for sure. Meanwhile, since we're here and he doesn't have any horses, he is interested in our horses. So, what would you do for 20 horses, good sir? Okay, nice. We'll take that. I think that's pretty close to 75, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. Oh, hit the nail on the head with that one. There you go. Exactly 75. Now, he probably won't be interested in our horses anymore. Oh, he still is. Cool. So what would you do for 5 more, my friend? We'll go ahead and take that and... Oh, we cleaned him up too. Shit. Okay, so who was it? It was Spain, I think, that was offering us 5, or was it... No, it was Korea, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, so... What would you give me? 3 and 11. So I think that was 75-ish again. $77. Nice. All right. So we got ourselves some gold here. We can definitely afford to buy that tile. Now I think what I will do, we're not buying that tile. I think what I will do, since we did get some extra, is I'm actually going to buy up to the die right here. And then now, you know what? I do want to get them that tile as well, so I think I'll go ahead and sell a little bit more of our diplomatic favor. I think Mansa still had money, right? Yeah. How much do we need? It was 88 to buy, so we need 9 for 70... So 19 plus 8, so 27 gold we need. So I think he'll do 2 for 29. Again, we want to save as much of our diplomatic favor. Oh, you stingy bastard. Alright, so be it. Whatever. We want to save as much of our diplomatic favor here for trading with Peter and Chandragupta because they're paying more for it. But then also, as I said, it would be nice to have a little bit of diplomatic favor when the World Congress comes up. In the meantime, let's get rid of that. So we have 1 envoy left here. Let's see if it makes sense to use it or not. So it would allow us to take Jerusalem suzerainship back. And then when we build the industrial zone, it would actually give us the 6 bonus with them. And we are still suzerain of Bologna, and we cannot take it back with just 1 tile here. We will be getting the Eureka for castles, though, so we'll probably send our next one to Geneva. However, right now, we are going to take back Jerusalem, and then this industrial zone here, which we'll actually be chopping for here. I want to make sure that this city is controlling it. Again, you always measure twice and cut once. And it is okay, good. So we're going to go ahead and we'll do that chop now. Hold on, make sure we're on production focused. And we'll go ahead and chop now. Right, so that brings that down in time respectively. And, oh yeah, we were going to buy... We'll have to wait until next turn in order to buy that tile there, but that's fine. Our builder will need time to work his way there anyway. Okay, so 3 more turns there. They put a governor there and it doesn't seem to be helping, so that's good, especially as our cities grow. It'll make it even harder for them to maintain that city. Meanwhile, here, we already talked about it, we're going to get the mine up and running. And let's go ahead and put them on a food focus. We want them to grow so that they can grow into some of this production. They actually have some decent tiles to work now. And I'm sure they'll expand to the fish. So we'll get that online for them at some point in the future. Meanwhile, here, we got 2 builds left. Let's go ahead and... We're going to be getting a mine there, so it won't be a farming triangle, unfortunately. However, we can do a farming triangle for them right here. How many builds does this guy have left? 3? Yeah, so we'll build a mine, and then we'll use these 2 guys to go ahead and build a farming triangle here to help get our housing capacity as well. Oh, actually, you know what? It makes more sense to do it on the river. Oh, yeah, there's a river right here. So wait. Yeah, either way, there will only be 1 tile facing a river. Oh, no, actually, this way is even better because 2 tiles are in a river. So never mind. We're going with original plan here. All right, so Mission Impossible, boys. Do we do it? No, I'm gonna hold up. We're gonna let our scout heal up, and then I'm gonna, you know what? Let's switch the warrior with the scout, and hopefully, it'll be enticing enough to get them to come out of the barbarian camp. We'll just stay still with our warrior for now, and the same thing here. We'll skip your turn. Even if they spawn a unit, we can get the kill. Like, we don't have to clear the outpost in order to get that bonus, so I am okay with playing it safe here, especially with all those fucking ships around. Like, that is just nasty. Okay, so here we were just going to harvest this so that we are ready to put a campus down there when we want to. Okay, so he's happy with us because our people are ecstatic and whatnot. Ooh. Ouch. So let's repair our district here. At least we've gone ahead and chopped them. Unfortunately, we just used our last charge on the builder too. Otherwise, we'd be able to repair that. I just noticed 1, 2, 3. We can buy the niter before a COD gets it. Okay, so yeah, we are definitely going to sell some stuff here. We'll sell our soul if it comes down to it, so we can go ahead and grab that niter before they do. When I first looked at that, I didn't realize it was in our actual range. So we'll take all of your $29. Chandragupta, come on, buddy, say you have more money. Got a little bit more. And now let's shop around our resources again. Is she still interested in the niter? She is. Nice. Let's say 40 maybe. Okay, 23. Now, let's just say 25. Oh, she won't even do that. Never mind. What about you, Philly? We have these nice horses here. Nice. And So what we'll do is we'll put it at 25 to start with, and now, oh, never mind. Okay, let's try 50 and work our way back, I guess. 40. Okay, 47. All right, fingers crossed, boys and girls. Ah, we can just straight up buy it. Nice. Okay, we've secured the niter from Akkad, so even if we don't end up conquering them, that will be nice for us. It also gives our builder who's been sleeping here something to go and actually do. That makes sense for us. So let's go ahead and wake his ass up before we forget and get him headed up there. Now, we do have 200 gold, however, oh shit, I totally forgot we got the crossbowmen now. It's not upgrading to archers anymore. So we do not have the gold to do that. That is fine for now, though. Now in Nagano, let's go ahead and start on university right away. That'll be our second university, I believe. Oh no, never mind. I thought the capital already built theirs. Did Ohiyama build theirs? Oh no, we don't even have a campus here yet. Okay, so yeah, we are definitely a ways away from getting that boost. In the meantime, so this settler is going up here. Settle that city. Yeah. And then we got this one coming, so we only need one more settler because we only have the 2 cities that we're planning on. So I will just save up our faith here again, unless we need a settler for something. Well, I guess we're gonna need a settler to chop all this stuff out once we do get printing. So it's more important to get. It's gonna be a while before we get this anyway, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and buy a builder, but we'll obviously wait until we switch our policy cards in order to get the extra 2 build charges from the builder. All right. So unfortunately for us, doesn't look like they're feeling like coming out to play. So we'll just go ahead and fortify him for now. In the meantime, we're going to keep moving closer with our slinger. Again, ideally, we'll actually even move back into our city here so that hopefully when they rebel, the units don't see us, and so they don't come after us. But, I mean, you never know. It doesn't hurt to try to avoid combat. Anyways, here we'll do the same thing. We'll just sit pretty in our city for now, and meanwhile we'll send the builder out to do the dangerous job. All right, so let's get these farms going. And we also want to put Nagano on food focus, because we want them to reach population 10 as quickly as they possibly can. So we'll use his last charge there. Meanwhile, we'll use this last one to build another farm here. And it is not happening anytime soon, that's for sure. Alright, so 1 turn. Fingers crossed here. Oh yeah, we're gonna buy this, so let's go ahead and do that. And this should actually pretty much get out that industrial zone here, or pretty damn close anyway. Nice, so we did get that. So that got us the quest for Jerusalem, which also bumped us up to 6 envoys there now. So now all of our temples are generating an additional 2 faith, so we're getting +4 extra faith in each of our temple buildings, as well as +4 faith in each of our shrine buildings. Alright, so let's keep it moving along here. We finished our industrial zone. Now, I think it does just make sense for us to go ahead and start on an aqueduct immediately to try and finish that off. Because it's going to give an extra +2 production immediately, not to mention our city is in insufficient housing because it doesn't have any fresh water, so it kind of serves a double purpose there. Now, in the meantime, we have 3 more charges with this guy. Let's go ahead and start improving these boosted tiles first, and fingers crossed here that our friends don't get triggered. Hopefully, now this is really serious, hopefully Nazca doesn't fucking destroy the city when it's in revolt, because I don't know if they attack each other or not. I never really paid too close of attention. They don't seem to, but unfortunately they do seem to attack us. So this is perfect timing. Let's get out of land surveyors, and we're gonna slot in, where the fuck is it? Professional army. We need the gold discount, and meanwhile we're keeping those the way they are for right now. We'll go ahead and confirm yes. We finished guilds. Okay, nice. So we got that other market up online. Let's go ahead and take Reformed Church so we can get to our advanced government sooner. Not to mention the simultaneum policy card is pretty overpowered there. So the good news is they are going to be flipping to us. The bad news is it's 9 turns away here. So things are looking really interesting, and unfortunately this is where we're going to leave it. We're on the... Oh, I just realized I was going to say we're on the cusp of... Well, we didn't, so bubbles bursted, we did not get the Oxford University. That's why it was only 4 turns for our actual university, because we put the production from that into... I didn't even catch that. Yeah, we put the production from the Wonder into the university. So we'll go ahead and move this plan to move our theater square up closer, because eventually it will be next to the Oxford University. Now that's fine, it's not the end of the world here. We kind of figured that when we had to use all those chops because we hadn't grown it in time, and that was our only location as well that was suitable in our entire empire for the Great Library, so it's not like we could have done that somewhere else. But in the meantime, we are definitely on the hit list of this free city here. Apparently they want to get aggressive with us, so we are going to have to try and deal with that on the next episode. So I hope you're enjoying the video. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and leave a like. It goes a long way towards helping the video get discovered, as I'm a small channel. I need all the help I can get. Better yet, if you want to, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Doesn't have to be anything special. Call me an asshole, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to shut up, and I'll see you in the next video.